Don't allow this world to put you in a box and define your capabilities. You can be that pageant queen and that law student. You can be that homemaker and that girl who's serious about her goals and is making serious money moves. Like, don't feel like you have to fit a certain masculine trope in order to succeed and excel in your field. You can still succeed as a graceful, poised, feminine woman.
I may be young, but I'm ready to give you all my love.
Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Michelle Marie. And if you are new here, hi, hello, welcome to my channel. So today's video is gonna be like a girl chit chat type styled video. So go ahead and grab you a nice glass of wine, in my case, a margarita. And let's go ahead and dive into this topic regarding femininity and pursuing careers that are traditionally masculine. But before I dive into all of that, I do want to share with you guys this jewelry that I was sent from Ana Luisa. So let me just go ahead and say that I've been seeing them everywhere. I don't know if it's the algorithm, but I just saw the jewelry and I really loved it. And to my surprise, they reached out to me to go ahead and pick some pieces to review for you guys. And so I'm super happy I have the opportunity to do that for you guys today. And so they sent me these 3 pieces. I have this gold 2-tiered necklace, as well as this bracelet, and then these beautiful, gorgeous hoop golden earrings. So in this video, we're gonna be talking about like my career path. I'm going into the legal field as a lawyer. And in our industry, we don't do super extra, that type of situation. And I'm a pageant girl at heart, so I love everything shiny, extra, and over the top. But I have such a deep appreciation for more minimalist pieces. I think that they make any look come together and just look so clean and so sophisticated. And so these are the pieces that I got from them, and I honestly, truly love them. When I first opened my package, the first thing that blew me away about these pieces was the quality. And now you don't have to be like some jewelry connoisseur to know the difference between like decent jewelry and really like shoddy jewelry. And this is like amazing quality. So what's great about Ana Luisa is that they are 100% water and carbon neutral. So their pieces are going to last you forever. On top of that, the minimalist design of their jewelry pieces mean that they're really timeless, and they'll pair so well with so many different types of outfits. I personally definitely do plan on wearing these pieces in like the workplace, going for interviews, because they're just so perfect for that purpose. And as a woman who is in love with everything travel, I am in love with the packaging for their jewelry as well. So their pieces come in this beautiful package. When you open their magnetic buttons up, you'll see that inside they're actually like 2-tiered in here. I love this because it's so perfect for traveling. I'm literally going on a flight to Miami tomorrow morning, and I'm packing these jewelry pieces. It's gonna be so easy to just throw them in here and be going with my life. So I truly love that. And it also speaks to the company's mission of being sustainable and really ensuring that their products don't harm our earth. And so that's just another great reason to support this brand. I absolutely recommend checking Ana Luisa out. If you look down below in my description box, you'll see a link to their website, as well as a discount code for 10% off your already affordable jewelry pieces. Their pieces start at just $39, you guys. I'm sure you guys are going to love their pieces just as much as I'm loving mine. Now moving on to our video, I recently received a comment on one of my law school videos, and the comment on the video went something along the lines of, I'm surprised you chose such a masculine field, given the fact that you're trying to, you know, be in your feminine nature and stuff. And now I personally didn't really take offense to it. Some people definitely had some words to give him in the comment section. I guess the reason why I didn't take offense to it is because I'm just so accustomed, I guess, to people equating fields like, you know, the legal industry as very masculine, and just operating off the presumption certain that women in this field as well are pretty masculine too. And I'm here to say to women who are pursuing different fields, young girls who are looking to see which kind of career path they would like to go down if a career is for them, that you don't have to limit yourself and you don't have to limit your femininity to being at home, cooking, I don't know, pasta from scratch and taking care of the children and things of that nature. For me, I think the most beautiful aspect of the femininity journey is that it looks different for every woman. And that femininity also comes in various forms. And you don't have to subscribe to a particular notion of what that means, because I know for myself, I don't put myself in boxes. I don't feel like because I'm a lawyer, I can't do YouTube. Because I aspire to be a mother, I can't have means of creating income for myself. Like, I don't have to put myself in a box. I don't have to limit myself. And I would hate for other women out there to feel like they have to do that, or feel like they have to behave a certain way to fit into a certain industry or fit a certain mold. So just giving a little background about myself, I always knew I wanted to become a lawyer since I was little. I never considered anything else. Like, I was just like, law is for me. And actually my motivations for even pursuing law came from my love for social justice. You know, when I was a 10-year-old, I thought that I wanted to become a Supreme Court justice and abolish the death penalty. Like, that was the thing that really motivated me to even get into the legal industry. And now, as a mature woman who has no desires to be on anybody's court, I have a clearer understanding as to what my career aspirations are and how that's going to fit in with other aspects of my personality, of my being. And so if any of you guys know or know other lawyers or whatever, the legal industry is pretty cutthroat. Like, it attracts a certain type of individual. An individual that's hardworking, is a go-getter, sometimes kind of has like a cutthroat aspect to their personality, competitive, has a dominating personality or intellectual capacity to argue and defend one's beliefs. And a lot of those personalities, I would agree, are reasonably masculine. However, femininity, as I define it for myself, isn't limited to the woman who is just quiet, doesn't say anything, submissive in every aspect of her life, has no backbone. My version of femininity is a little bit different. My femininity has boundaries. It knows the context and the environments where I give in to my submissive nature. But it also knows the context and the environments where I'm vocal, where I'm strong-willed, where I can stand up and defend the principles I adhere to. And I'm not so sure that those qualities are inherently masculine. And so as a woman and as a feminine woman, I choose to embrace those qualities to the max. And now, to put this in more practical terms, I did debate like all through middle school, high school. I love debate. I love being able to engage in an intellectual conversation with another individual. I also like being right. And so debate was just up my alley. I loved beating people. I actually was pretty decent. I thoroughly enjoyed it. However, during my time as a debater, I definitely noticed the difference between how more feminine women would approach debates versus very masculine men who walked into the room and really wanted it to be known that they're here to win, they're smarter than you, they're more able than you, and all that kind of stuff. And now, even before I had like a real conception of what femininity was, I believe I've always been a pretty feminine woman. I never allowed that masculine energy to rub off on me and make me feel like I had to be like that in order to make my presence known in this space and in order to defeat you in an intellectual debate. I literally would have men that would cut me off when I'm in the middle of, speaking during cross-examination, men who were just so abrasive and so rude with their tone, their language towards me. But as a woman, and a Black woman at that, I was very wary to not fall into the whole stereotype as, the woman that can't defend herself intellectually, and so she resorts to name calling or yelling or, all these other childish means of dealing with altercation. No, I maintain my poise. And what I learned was that by remaining in my feminine nature, it definitely gave me an advantage over these boys who would come into these debate rooms with such an air of ego and just pride, feeling like this would be an easy win for them because I'm a woman. Because on the outside looking in, look, empty cans make the most noise. So it's like, what are you doing all of this for? Are your arguments not strong in and of themselves? Do you have to be extremely dominating and aggressive in your tone when you're trying to debate me because there's some insufficiencies in your arguments? Like, what is it? But it taught me a really important lesson about being a feminine woman in a very masculine field. That one, I don't have to compromise myself. I don't have to compromise my personality in order to fit the mold of what it means to be a future lawyer or a woman in the legal industry. And two, as we all know, femininity is such a powerful and useful tool. And it's definitely extremely advantageous in predominantly masculine fields like the legal industry. And so even now as a law student, I'm in classes and, you know, we're hearing people's different perspectives on the law and things of that nature. But I'm truly not one to be extremely argumentative with my peers. I just don't care to. I'm here to learn and get my degree and keep it pushing. But I do realize that in the future, upon graduating law school and formally entering into the legal industry, I'm definitely going to encounter more serious circumstances where I may feel the pressure to conform to more masculine behaviors in order to really just thrive and succeed in that environment. And that's why I personally am being very cognizant of the path in law that I want to take, because the truth of the matter, there are definitely certain areas in the legal field that I believe are just not conducive for a woman who's trying to maintain her femininity. And that's just due to the nature of the work, the hours of the work, the expectation, the pressure. Pressure and I, we're like water and oil. We don't mix. And so when you look at the demographics of people, especially people who are like partners and exceed in this particular area of law, they tend to be men. And so as a law student, I'm taking this time to really educate myself on what the day-to-day realities look like as being a particular type of lawyer, and allowing that to kind of guide what field and what path I will choose to take in this field. And so I say that to say this. We are in the year 2021. No, women are no longer inhibited from being able to pursue professional degrees, become lawyers, doctors, whatever the case may be. Women are out here doing the damn thing. But I am not naive to think that certain paths that some women may take in some of these more traditionally masculine fields can definitely take a toll on a woman's sense of femininity, just due to the nature of the work and the nature of the qualities that are necessary in order to excel in that particular area or that particular field. And I think that's where maintaining a sense of priorities really comes to play. And I'll give you guys some understanding of what that means for me. I feel like I say this in every video, but if you don't know, I'm engaged. And so as an engaged woman, obviously right now, you know, and in this period of life, I'm thinking about family planning, when I want to have kids, marriage, all of those different things. And all of that has such a great impact on my career. And I personally, I will say this till the day I die, family, being a wife, that commitment comes before anything else in my life. It comes before a career, it comes before hobbies and passions, it comes before everything. That is the most important thing to me. And I will not sacrifice that for anything else. And so as a woman and as a feminine woman who understands that, I don't mind making certain sacrifices in my career or in other aspects of my life in order to ensure that I am my happiest me, my most feminine me, in order to be able to serve in the role as a wife and as a mother to the best of my capacity. And I know I've mentioned this in one of my videos, but I truly love Michelle Obama's quote when she said that, you know, you can have everything, but you can't have it necessarily at the same time. And I truly believe that. And so what that might look like for certain women is pursuing your career to a certain age. And I mean, hopefully you've made plans to I don't know, you're engaged or something like that, or you have a man that you know is going to marry you or whatever the case may be. And once you get to a certain place in your career, you choose to then prioritize, I don't know, bringing children into the world and pursuing motherhood and things of that nature. So I think the importance here is to just really know yourself. And so don't allow being a feminine woman to make you feel as if you're incapable of pursuing certain fields just because they're deemed masculine, or like they're just going to overly diminish your femininity. You can still maintain that femininity. One of the things that actually drew me to the legal field was that the fact that I could wear heels every day to work. I can wear dresses. There's so much stylish and beautiful corporate clothing that I truly love and that are truly feminine. Another feminine quality that I think is within the legal industry is the kind of heart and passion that's necessary in order to do certain fields and certain sectors of law. For example, for people who choose to go into, public interest or government work, that takes a lot of heart. It takes a lot of heart to be able to sit through cases, some that are just gruesome and despicable, and defend people who have been injured, who have been hurt, to pursue justice on behalf of those who are marginalized and weakened by our society. That takes a lot of heart, and I believe that is truly a feminine quality. So although I don't necessarily agree with the comment that was left, I completely understand why anyone would think that way, and I think that kind of mindset is actually pretty common and pervasive in our society. But I would like to say that being a feminine woman in a masculine field can definitely put you in some precarious situations if you just get so caught up in this whole mindset of wanting to ascend the ranks by all means possible, neglecting your personal life, your marriage, your children, and things of that nature. Yeah, that can definitely hurt, because the truth of the matter, a feminine woman who's like married with children is going to have to give a larger sacrifice of herself to ascend those ranks compared to a masculine man in that position as well. And I'll go ahead and just, lay it out for you guys and explain what I mean by that. There's a particular field in law that's called big law. It's like, think corporate, think big firms, national recognition, international recognition, that kind of stuff. From what I'm hearing from lawyers, in this field, sometimes you're pulling up to 70, 80-hour work weeks. You can't tell me you're pulling those kind of shifts and still going to your child's soccer game, cooking dinner for your family, being home enough to, I don't know, clean every once in a while, or cook your food for the family, not depend on a cook or something like that. And especially for women who are choosing to have children or bear children while on the path of trying to ascend the ranks in this sector of law, knowing what your career aspirations are might pressure and does pressure some women to hold off on bearing children until they feel like they're at a decent place. Men, on the other hand, they're not the ones going through morning sickness and still having to get up and do work and complete tasks at their jobs. So definitely the sacrifice that men and women give are different. And as a woman, you just have to be cognizant of what that sacrifice will look like. And if you are truly okay with giving that sacrifice for the benefit of your career. Another problem I will say that exists for feminine women in masculine spaces is that I think sometimes you might not know it, but some of that energy can kind of rub off on you. And for example, let's say you're the kind of person who doesn't have an understanding of like context, environments. Okay, when I'm at work or when I'm at school, yes, I can be this argumentative person who is very assertive and wants to defend their beliefs. That kind of quality does not necessarily go so well in a person's personal life. Like for me personally, although I love to be right, I have to tell myself sometimes when I'm interacting with my fiance or family members that it's okay to be wrong. It's okay to just go ahead and say, you know what, you're right, you got it. All right? Like, it's not everything that you have to defend to the T and ensure that you just come out on top. Like, not everything is an argument that you need to win. And I think some people might have issues and have difficulty with turning off that lawyer brain or that high achieving, competitive, masculine brain. And it's something that's really important to do in order to also have success in your personal life. And so for me personally, I'm very cognizant of that. I'm very cognizant of how I interact with my fiance at home, at how I interact with my family members, with my friends, and even as a law student, that I'm not neglecting feminine tasks that I love. I love being the person to clean and tidy up spaces, decorate, cook great meals from scratch. I love all of those things. And just because I'm in this masculine field or in law school doesn't mean that I have to neglect those things. My nails are done. My hair will forever stay done. I will wear lashes. I go to interviews. I go to mixers with lawyers and events and stuff. I will be that girl in heels every time. I will be that girl with her face beat, lashes too, every time. Just because I'm in the legal field doesn't mean I have to sacrifice all of that in order to fit in. Like after a day of debating legal theory in law school, I'll still come home and serve my man happily with joy. I love doing it. Like being in this field doesn't necessarily have to mean that you can no longer be a feminine woman. You can no longer come home and be a submissive woman. And I just refuse to subscribe to the idea that I have to trade in my femininity for a more masculine nature in order to thrive and succeed in this field. I can do bad as a feminine woman and still come out on top. Now I'm just talking my ish, but I hope you guys truly understand. Don't allow this world to put you in a box and define your capabilities. You can be that pageant queen and that law student. You can be that homemaker and that girl who's serious about her goals and is making serious money moves. Like, don't put yourself in a box. Don't feel like you have to fit a certain masculine trope in order to succeed and excel in your field. You can still succeed as a graceful, poised, well-mannered, feminine woman. And so I hope you guys enjoyed this girl talk. Please go ahead and share down below your thoughts. Are you a woman in STEM, a woman in, I don't know, the legal field like me as well? Let me know what your experiences have been like in these fields as well. Do you feel pressured to be more masculine in order to excel and achieve in these industries? Go ahead and let me know your thoughts down below. Please give this video a like, share, and subscribe. And while you're doing all of that, be sure to check out Ana Luisa's beautiful jewelry pieces. Down below in the description box, you'll see a link to the website as well as my discount code for money off your next purchase. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.
You a bad girl and your friends bad too. Oh, you got the swag, saucy drippin' swag.